have no idea what's coming. You get what I mean?
Good God, get a grip, girl.
And no tea, no shade. All tea, all shade.
That's on you, baby. You have to work that out, and I can't help that.
We don't know if America's ready for you.
Okay, so I want to touch on one of your other platforms that you're campaigning on, because of course, my platform being mostly about Black LGBTQ people of color, I feel that is one of our most serious or greatest issues that we even don't talk about enough in our platforms, is the safety in our streets. And of course, we're talking. You and I've talked earlier about just even my concern living in Brooklyn for the last 7, almost 8 years. And yeah, Brooklyn isn't always, the safest city, especially with us being Brooklyn residents. And we know not all the safe streets are safe in Brooklyn. However, just with what's been going on with COVID and how many people are forced to live on the streets, crime has gotten up, but then also too, with our community as Black LGBTQ people, we see certain hate crimes, whether it's against trans women, gay men, etc. How are you campaigning on that with your platform?
Okay, so I approach crime and safety through the lens of justice in general. So that means safety, social justice, reducing crime, etc. And there's a reason for that. I'm one of 4 Black boys that's grown up here in Flatbush. And so all of my brothers, all of my brothers and I have had interactions where we felt like we're not being treated well by the police officers because we're Black. So we've had that experience. I've also was there when I saw a politician that like Jamani Williams, when he got taken down by the NYPD. I was there with him. I was one of about 7 other people. So I've had that experience. I've also had the experience of my mom being hit by a stray bullet right here in her head because gang violence outside. So it's a balance. I'm not for abolishing the police. I believe that the police should protect and serve everyone in the same manner, and it should be respectfully done because we're all tax-paying citizens, and we're not. And I also look at it from the perspective that the safest communities are not the ones that have the most police, but they're usually the ones that have the most resources. So
Yes.
It's no surprise that under-resourced communities have higher rates of crime, where people feel more desperate. They don't get the mental health services that they need, and all sorts of other things. So all these things are linked. And my approach and what I stand for is this. There are good police officers, and there's a number of bad police officers. No one is above the law. So if you're a police officer falsifying evidence, committing crimes, and being racially biased, then you should be persecuted by the law, because that's not what your job is. And so I do believe also that a portion of the NYPD's $14 billion budget should be reallocated towards mental health in our schools and other things that would actually have the intended effect, which is to reduce crime in our society. So
absolutely. And make our citizens better. I mean, that's like you said, when resources are low in certain areas, our people cannot be better. And when our people cannot be better, crime and just other things that tear down communities increase. Because it's not just always crime that tear down communities, just everything that stems from lack of resources. So I'm definitely with you on that. All right. So, I could go on and on and on with you about your campaign, which, I'm just excited to share with our community about. And so just to let people know, there's a voting early date, but the actual voting day is June 22nd here in Brooklyn, New York. But when does early voting start?
Early voting starts early voting starts June 12th.
June 12th. So we got 10 days of voting, you guys out there in Brooklyn. So just, there's no reason not to show out and vote. So definitely want to support, and also go to Josue Pierre 2021.org. Is it or .com? I forget.
It's Pierre2021.com.
Oops. Pierre 2021. Say that one more time. Dot what?
Pierre2021.com.
.com. Pierre2021.com. Excuse me and my little short-term memory here. But yes, so let's please support our brother. And
watch the breakdown.